Hello, Gemini, and welcome to my space. So, Gemini, you see these two candles here? They're both out. And it's like, while I was pulling your cards today, Gemini, both of these candles went out. And one initially went out and I didn't think it was very significant. I was just gonna like light it or whatever. And then it just kept going out over and over and over again. And, you know, your first card showing up here being of this Three of Pentacles. It's like I noticed that the darkness of that candle was being reflected in the robes that you're wearing. And so it's like, I was like, okay, well, maybe this does have something to do with Gemini. And then literally right before I hit the record button, this second candle went out too. So I was like, okay, something for sure is going on with Gemini. It's like there are candles going out. And if, if you practice witchcraft or anything like that, it's like usually, at least for me and my own practice, candles that are going out, especially ones that are almost in the completion of like the wax pillar, if you will, it signifies that whatever you are working on, it has reached a completion point. It's completely done. There's nothing else that can be added to the situation or taken from the situation even. And so that's really fascinating. It's like there's something for you that is just totally, absolutely complete. So I chose to leave these candles, these unlit candles, not lit, unlit, but they're, you know, they're just done, in your reading today as a symbolism of that. So Gemini, your underlying energy today is this King of Swords here. Okay, so gorgeous. It's like, even though we have this Strength card here, I'm noticing all of these blues. It's like everything is out. Like the candles have been snuffed out. And so that's what you're coming through here as Gemini, is it's actually like you're the one that is snuffing these candles out. You're showing up as someone who is very distinctive on how they participate in life in general. It's like you have an incredibly high standard, and you have like a series of rules and standards, if you will, that you live by. It's like this King of Swords here in your underlying energy is showing up as like your moral code, if you will. It's like there are things that you just don't do. And so when they show up, you snuff them out, just like these candles. Just like, okay, that's enough, we're done. And it's coming through as a, there is a bit of stubbornness that's coming through, but it's not necessarily stubbornness. It's more of, an assertiveness that's showing up here. So you're very clear on what you desire in your life and what you don't align with, because this sword here, I often talk about it as representing like your clarity, your channel's clarity. So you're incredibly clear, actually. And you know what you want, and you also know what you don't want. And so therefore, when there are things that are presented that you don't want, it's like you blow it out. You're just done. You may be like the type of person that moves on incredibly quickly. Like you move on very fast. That's what I'm sensing here with this Knight of Swords, this King of Swords. It's like once you make a decision to leave a certain situation or put a completion point on it, it's like there's actually no going back. Like even in these candles, like there's no way that I would ever be able to relight that candle. Like the wick is stuck inside the wax and everything. I mean, I would have to really like dig through and, you know, pull that out. It's like, nah, don't even feel like it. So that's kind of how you're feeling today, Gemini, is that you're not sensing the worthiness of trying to relight this candle. That's 444. You're very firm and solid on that decision is how it's coming through. So let's look at this split and see where that's at. So it's taking you, this is interesting, it's taking you to the Ten of Cups. So you're headed into the Ten of Cups. So you might be maybe perhaps looking at situations, dynamics, relationships that you once found very fulfilling. You were in creation with them. You made a lot of things. Maybe you've built actually a wonderful life with those around you. And now that you have decided that this Ten of Cups here actually has come to a completion. See, that's the thing. It's the 10. So there's actually nowhere left for this Ten of Cups to go. There's nowhere for the wish fulfillment with this partnership to go. It's not going to proceed any more than this Ten of Cups. It's like it needs to restart and go to the Ace of Cups once again. And so it's like there's something within you that you actually, like, you intrinsically know this. And so maybe that's actually what allows you to move on very quickly from wherever you were formerly, from wherever this Ten of Cups was formerly. It's like, because you know it's at the 10, so then that must automatically mean, right, that you'll be moving into an Ace of Cups. So that's very interesting. So let's look at your overall energy here. And we've got two cards showing up here. Oh, this is so fascinating. Okay, so we have the World card, and then we also have the Strength card. Very interesting, because didn't I show the other Strength card here? So this is fascinating because you're like, this is actually one of your strengths as just a person in general, is that knowing when things have reached their maximum potential, and kind of also like trusting that there is going to be a new start for you. The World card signifies in the traditional tarot completion. I mean, it's like there's really nothing left here at all. There's really nothing left here. That's what this is. That's just simply what this is referring to. It's like you're very much ready to move forward into this brand new experience for yourself. And it's like, even though you're showing up in your strength, what I'm actually sensing here is that it in a sense, because you're already strong at this, like maybe you've done many cycles, especially with the World card. The World card can talk about cycles. Maybe you've been through several cycles here. So it's almost as if you might not even recognize yourself that this is actually a strength of yours. Your strength is the ability to be able to move forward very quickly, actually. Move forward incredibly fast from wherever you formerly once were. And I feel as though it has a lot to do with just knowing that there is definitely going to be something on the other side of this. So it's like, it's coming through a little harsh. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely coming through a little harsh, but it's not even harsh. It's really just assertive is really what it is. It's just assertive. And I mean, it's looking really good on you, honestly. Honestly, Gemini, it's looking really good on you. So, of course, as you know, my name, Nikki Antoine, and if this reading is resonating with you, it is a timeless reading. So you might find that it resonates in the future or it's resonating in the past. You know, time is very non-linear. So, if you do find that this resonates and you want to get a personal reading by me, you can do that by clicking in the description box. There's going to be a link there that goes straight over to my website. So just to kind of like move forward and into the remainder portion of your reading, it's like, so we're starting off here with this Three of Wands. And this is talking about you actually coming into a phase where you're realizing that you have a wide expanse in front of you. There's so much that is out there for you. It's like, it's almost as if you wouldn't be able to experience all of this in one lifetime. It's incredibly vast. And what I'm seeing here is like, you're standing on the edge of this cliff. So, you know, it's like if the completion was completely, like totally over, all of these 3 candles would be out, right? But there's only 2 that are out. So you're holding the garment, if you will, the cloak of this completion. It's almost as if it's coming through as, boasting or bravado, or like, see, I can do it. I can complete this. I can blow these candles out. And, you know, it's kind of like, it's not even necessarily egotistical. It's just, it's very, it's 11:11 on the clock. So that's the thing, is like, all of this is very much in alignment for you, Gemini. And it's like, you are confident. That's what this is. It's very confident that you can shut down situations that are just not meant for you. And you're wearing this cloak of the ability for you to be able to have these completion points. So the fascinating part here, though, is that you're actually standing on the edge. You're standing on the edge of this cliff, and you're feeling the sense of this completion, and you're looking out across the horizon, and you're seeing all of these possibilities in front of you. You know, you're wearing this cloak of that former, that 10 of Cups, right? And it's like, it's as if you're looking at all of these Ace of Cups that are in this field in front of you. And so, but you're not quite there yet. You know, it's like you think that you have finally completed this. You finally have cut this off, whatever this is. But there's that one candle that's back there, right? So what I'm seeing next here is actually that there's something, or maybe someone that is kind of creeping up behind you, very much out of your awareness. You're so much focused on the possibilities in front of you that you're not even sensing this Knight of Pentacles that is slowly creeping up behind you. And it's like, the way that it's being presented in this card is that it's coming through as incredibly camouflaged. You see how, like, it's almost like I can barely see the knight in comparison to all these other colors here. And what I'm noticing, though, is that this knight has the halo of illumination. So there's something about whoever this is that's approaching you. Maybe actually it's the other one. Okay, because this is you here, right? This is you here in the World card. Maybe it's actually this other one, this Strength card, 10 of Cups, the other one that you were with, that is creeping up behind you. And in a sense, actually, they're going to finish the job for you. That's kind of coming across as really ominous, but this is the thing here, is that this is actually what you're wanting. You're wanting to actually move on. And so you're just kind of like you're taking in this moment to look at all of your options. And because of that, you're not noticing that there's this one that is shortly going to be coming up behind you, and they are illuminated. They have reached some type of enlightenment. There's something that they can now see that they could not see before. And maybe it has something to do with they can see your true colors. It's very fascinating. So they're coming up behind you, and it's like with this Tower card that's showing up next, I am literally watching them push you. They're pushing you over the edge. That's what this is talking about. It's like, Gemini, you're being pushed over the edge with whatever illumination that this Knight of Pentacles, maybe this Strength card here, or, you know, the Strength in this Ten of Cups is doing. They're doing something that once they push you over this edge, it's like there's no going back. It's a completion. There's no going back from this moment here. But the really interesting piece here is that as you fall from this great height, this Tower card, it's almost feeling like you weren't ready for this. It's like you kind of had prepared, you're wanting this completion, you're ready to move on, you know, it's like all of this stuff that you're very assertive in how you are presenting yourself and your moral compass, all of that stuff. But when you start to fall from this tower, once this one pushes you over the edge, it's like you're realizing the reality of the situation. You're realizing that you actually do have to, it's not even necessarily that you do have to leave. It's that you're being pushed out. You're being, that's interesting. What's that word? Excommunicated? Excommunicated? Is that word? Is that? Yeah, it's like excommunicated. I think that's the word. And it is due to some type of illumination that this one has seen. And it was coming through as like they're seeing your true colors. I mean, I don't want to showcase you, Gemini, in a way that's like terrible, but it's as if, Gemini, you're being witnessed for your true colors. But the interesting part here, though, is that, like, it's like this cloak here for you, Gemini, is actually reversible. You know, you're wearing it over you, and so the backside is blue. But then when you start to fall, you can see that the inside of this cloak is red. So it's not that necessarily they're seeing your true colors, meaning that you were inauthentic before. It's that they're actually seeing the entire scope, if you will, of who you are as a person in general. And so it's as if they want this part, but maybe not this part. Something like that. It's something like that. So, you know, I often talk about this Tower card, in a way that is like, there are no more bad towers. Like, this is actually a really good tower. And I want to say that this is a really good tower for you, Gemini, because it's as if there's an aspect of you that has not been fully appreciated, if you will, in whatever dynamic or situation that you're in. It's like you're in this gorgeous Ten of Cups with this other individual, but there's a lot of you that has been under the surface, right? It's like you were wearing that cloak and they could see the back of it, of course, but they couldn't see the inside. It's almost as if your inner realm, who you are on the inside, was not being fully witnessed. And that's why this Tower card is a good tower, because it's actually bringing you justice with the Justice card that's ending off your reading. Because it's kind of in a sense that, like, you deserve to be seen in all of your aspects, not just one of them. And it's like, if someone wants to, in a sense, like, be in your life, it's almost as if you would feel you're having to hide yourself, or you would feel inauthentic if you weren't displaying maybe all of these like standards that you have. You have standards. That's what this is talking about. And it's like whoever this is just doesn't really like your standards. And but the thing is that it's like you're already on your way out anyways. So it's like they're just kind of finishing the job for you in a way. And maybe that might actually be due because you might have seen some type of potential in this, especially with that 10 of Cups here. You saw some type of potential in it. And so it is, in a sense, it is like kind of disheartening that you're having to leave this situation. And maybe, you know, you've tried to work things out, but it's just not working because it's not meeting your standards. That's the thing. And so it's almost as if you're actually, maybe you do actually know. Maybe you do actually know that they're sneaking up behind you and they're going to finish the job. And it's like you're almost standing at the edge because you're like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, push me, push me. And it's like once they push you, there you go. It's like it's almost as if you don't necessarily want to jump into your new phase, but you also don't want to stay where you are. It's like maybe it's like you need to have some type of external energy that's going to push you over the edge. And when you do, it's like you're falling into Justice's arms. So this is actually, this moment here for you is actually very just, because not only are you going to be able to maybe perhaps find another person who's going to live up to your standards, right? We have that Ace of Cups that we're kind of seeing a little bit on the horizon, out on the horizon there. And so you're finding someone that would be able to live up to your standards, live up to your, oh, that's interesting. This Justice card is coming through as like your highest potential or your highest good. And also it's actually benefiting this other person as well too, because it's as if you're just not really a match. That's what this is talking about. It's like you're just not really a match. And so a parting of the ways is happening here. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's like it's going to be good for both parties, because you'll be able to find an Ace of Cups that is more fulfilling for you. And also whoever this is will be able to find that for themselves as well. It's like you're just two totally different people. It's interesting. So if this resonated for you, Gemini, I kind of felt like I'm all over the place. I will be pulling some more cards for you, and you can find the link for that in the description box. And hopefully I will see you there. Bye, Gemini.